Listen up, people. If you're not obsessing over your personal brand right now, you are fundamentally fumbling the bag in today's digital world. I'm talking about the attention economy, the place where eyeballs equal opportunity, and your reputation, your digital footprint. That's your currency. It's not just for influencers or celebrities anymore. It's for the plumber, the accountant, the artist, the entrepreneur, every single one of you. Your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room, and guess what? The room is now the entire internet. A strong personal brand, one that's authentic and consistently delivers value, isn't just a vanity metric, it's a straight-up unlock for new opportunities you can't even fathom right now. Think about it: job offers, collaborations, clients, partnerships, speaking gigs, investment. When people know who you are, what you stand for, and the value you bring, they come to you. You stop chasing and start attracting. This isn't some fluffy marketing concept. It's the bedrock of modern success, and it's time you took it dead seriously. So we're going to break down how you can master this, how you can build that brand that not only represents you but propels you forward. No fluff, no BS, just actionable insights you can implement today. Because the truth is, the game is changing faster than ever, and the one non-negotiable is understanding how to communicate your value to the world. Let's get into it, because your future self is depending on the work you put in right now. This isn't a nice to have, it's a need to dominate. All right, let's get real. Before you even think about logos, taglines, or what platform to post on, you need to answer the fundamental question: what is your unique value proposition? What makes you you? Seriously, take a damn minute and think about it. What are you uniquely good at? What problem do you solve better than anyone else? What perspective do you bring that's different, that's fresh, that's undeniably yours? This isn't about being everything to everyone. It's about being something specific and valuable to the right people. So many of you are scared to niche down, but that's where the power is. Your UVP, your unique value proposition, is the core of your personal brand. It's the North Star that guides every piece of content you create, every interaction you have, every decision you make about how you show up online. If you can't articulate this clearly, how the hell do you expect anyone else to get it? You need to be able to say, I help X do Y by Z, or I bring A, B, and C to the table for this specific audience. It's about clarity, conviction, and understanding your own damn strengths. Stop looking at what everyone else is doing and trying to copy it. That's a recipe for being a watered-down version of someone else, and nobody needs another one of those. Dig deep. What are your passions? What are your skills? What experiences have shaped you? Where do those intersect to create something uniquely powerful? This self-awareness, this deep understanding of your own value, is non-negotiable. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without it, you're just shouting into the void, hoping someone, anyone listens. And don't tell me you don't have one. Everybody has something. Maybe you're incredibly empathetic, maybe you're a data wizard, maybe you're a creative genius, maybe you're the most organized person on the planet. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering, it just has to be true to you and valuable to others. The market rewards authenticity and expertise. So figure out what your thing is. What's that unique flavor only you can bring to the table? This is the absolute starting point, the DNA of your brand. Think about the people you admire, the brands you respect. They stand for something, right? They have a clear identity. That didn't happen by accident. It happened because they understood their core value and they communicated it relentlessly. You need to do the same. This isn't a one-time exercise. It's something you should constantly revisit as you grow and evolve, but you need that initial stake in the ground. What do you want to be known for? Answer that, and answer it with conviction. This process of identifying your UVP is about introspection. It's about being brutally honest with yourself. What are you willing to bleed for? What topics can you talk about endlessly without getting bored? That passion, that genuine interest, that's infectious. People can smell authenticity a mile away, just like they can smell BS. So don't try to manufacture a UVP you think the market wants. Uncover the UVP that's already within you, the one that's an extension of who you truly are. Once you nail this, everything else becomes easier. Content ideas flow, your target audience becomes clearer, your messaging becomes more potent. It's the difference between throwing spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks versus using a laser-guided missile. One is a waste of time and energy, the other is strategic and effective. So do the work. Figure out your unique value. It's the most important first step you can take in building a personal brand that actually means something and gets you somewhere. Don't overthink it into paralysis, but don't underthink it either. This requires genuine effort. Ask your friends, your colleagues, your past clients, what do you think I'm best at? When have I provided the most value to you? Sometimes others see our strengths more clearly than we see them ourselves. Gather that feedback, marinate on it, and then define that proposition. This is your flag in the ground. This is what you're going to build your entire empire on, so make it count. Remember, your unique value proposition isn't just a statement, it's a promise. It's the promise of what people can expect when they engage with you, follow you, or work with you. And the more specific and compelling that promise is, the easier it will be to attract the right audience and build a brand that truly resonates. This is the homework. Go do it. Don't come back until you've got a damn good idea of what makes you uniquely valuable. The market is crowded, insanely crowded. Your UVP is your differentiator. It's what cuts through the noise. It's what makes someone stop scrolling and pay attention to instead of the other 1,000 voices screaming for their attention. So I ask you again, what is it about you that's so special, so different, so valuable? Get that answer locked in, and then we can talk about the next steps. But without it, you're just another face in the crowd, and that's not where you want to be. Okay, so you figured out your unique value proposition. You know what you're about. Fantastic. Now, how do you get that message out there? And more importantly, how do you make sure it's the damn message, the same vibe, the same you, no matter where people find you? This is where consistency across platforms becomes absolutely critical. I'm talking about your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your TikTok, your X, your YouTube, your podcast, your blog, your email signature, every single touch point. Think about it from the audience's perspective. If your LinkedIn profile sounds like a stiff corporate robot, but your Instagram is all party pics and memes, and your TikTok is trying to be a serious thought leader, what are people supposed to think? It creates confusion. It dilutes your brand. It makes you look like you don't know who the hell you are. And if you don't know, how can they? Consistency builds trust. Consistency builds recognition. Consistency reinforces your UVP. This doesn't mean you post the exact same piece of content in the exact same way on every platform. That's lazy and ineffective. Each platform has its own nuances, its own language, its own best practices. You need to tailor your content for the context of the platform. But the core message, the underlying brand identity, the voice, the values, those need to be rock solid and consistent. Your profile pictures should be similar. Your bios should echo each other. The overall aesthetic should feel connected. It's like a great brand, think Apple or Nike. You know a Nike ad when you see it, you know an Apple product when you use it. There's a consistent feel, a consistent promise, a consistent quality. That's what you're aiming for with your personal brand. You want people to encounter you on Twitter, then find you on LinkedIn, then watch your YouTube video and feel like they're getting the same authentic person, just expressing themselves in a way that fits the platform. This consistency is what allows you to build brand equity. Every interaction, every piece of content should be a deposit into that brand bank account. If your messaging is all over the place, you're making withdrawals, or at best, you're just not making any significant deposits. People need repetition to remember. They need to see and hear your core message multiple times in multiple places before it really sinks in and they associate you with your specific area of expertise or value. So, audit your online presence right now. Open up all your profiles. Do they tell a cohesive story? Does your visual branding align? Is your tone of voice consistent? If not, it's time for a cleanup. This isn't about being boring, it's about being clear. Your personality should shine through, absolutely, but it needs to be the authentic personality shining through everywhere. Don't be one person on Monday and another on Tuesday, and this extends beyond just your social media profiles. Think about how you communicate in emails, how you present yourself in video calls, how you engage in online communities. Every interaction is a branding opportunity. Every touch point contributes to the overall perception people have of you. So be intentional about it. Be deliberate. Ensure that every piece of the puzzle fits together to create a clear and compelling picture of who you are and what you stand for. The internet never forgets. and a fragmented brand is a weak brand. It's much harder to build momentum when your efforts are scattered and inconsistent. You want to create a synergistic effect where your presence on one platform reinforces and amplifies your presence on another. That only happens when there's a clear, consistent thread running through everything you do. This takes discipline, it takes attention to detail, but the payoff is huge in terms of brand recognition and trust. Look, the goal is to become so synonymous with your unique value that when people think of your area of expertise, they think of you. That level of top-of-mind awareness doesn't happen by accident. And it certainly doesn't happen if you're presenting a different version of yourself on every corner of the internet. So define your brand guidelines, your voice, your tone, your visual style, and then stick to them religiously. This consistency is also about professionalism and reliability. It shows that you take yourself and your brand seriously. It signals to potential clients, employers, or collaborators that you are organized, thoughtful, and dependable. These are all qualities that people look for, so don't underestimate the power of simply showing up as the same authentic, valuable person, day in and day out. Across every platform where you choose to have a presence, it's foundational. Chapter 3. Stop shouting, start connecting, the art of engaging content. All right, you know your value, you're showing up consistently, now what? Now you got to talk, but not just talk at people. This is where so many get it wrong. They think building a personal brand is about broadcasting their achievements or constantly selling. Wrong, it's about creating engaging content. Content that provides value, sparks conversation, builds community, and actually connects with human beings on the other side of the screen. What is engaging content? It's content that educates, entertains, inspires, or solves a problem for your audience. It's content that makes them stop scrolling, think, feel something, and ideally interact. Likes and shares are nice, but comments, DMs, and genuine conversations? That's where the gold is. That's how you build relationships, and relationships are the currency of a strong personal brand. You need to give value before you ever think about asking for anything. Think about what your target audience actually cares about. What are their pain points? What are their aspirations? What questions are they secretly Googling at 2 a.m. Your content should be the answer to those questions, the solution to those problems, the spark that ignites their interest. Whether it's a blog post, a video, a podcast, a carousel on Instagram, or a thread on X, the underlying principle is the same. Serve your audience, provide overwhelming value, and don't be afraid to show your personality. People connect with people, not with faceless corporate entities. Share your journey, your struggles, your learnings, your opinions, as long as they align with your brand. Be authentic, be vulnerable when appropriate. Tell stories. Stories are how humans have connected for millennia, and they're still the most powerful way to capture attention and build rapport in the digital age. Your story matters. Vary your content formats. Not everyone consumes information the same way. Some love video, some prefer audio, some want to read. Experiment with different types of content. How-to guides, behind-the-scenes glimpses, quandars, case studies, interviews, opinion pieces, even curated content that you think your audience will find valuable. The key is to keep it fresh, keep it relevant, and keep it focused on delivering that unique value you identified earlier. And please, for the love of all that is holy, engage back. When people take the time to comment on your posts, reply to them, ask follow-up questions, start conversations. The social in social media is not a suggestion, it's a requirement. Building a personal brand is not a monologue, it's a dialogue. The more you engage with your audience, the more they'll feel connected to you, and the more loyal they'll become. This is community building 101. Don't get caught up in perfectionism. So many people never start because they're waiting for the perfect video, the perfect blog post, the perfect lighting. Screw that. Done is better than perfect. Document, don't just create. Share your process. Share your thoughts as they happen. Authenticity and consistency trump production value most of the time, especially when you're starting out. Get your voice out there. You can refine as you go. Pay attention to what resonates. Look at your analytics. What posts get the most engagement? What topics spark the most conversation? Double down on what works, but also don't be afraid to experiment. The digital landscape is always changing, so what worked last year might not work today. Be curious, be adaptable, and always put your audience first. Your content is for them, not for you. Remember the jab, 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 right hook philosophy. Provide value, provide value, provide value, the jabs. And then, and only then, can you occasionally ask for something. The right hook, a sale, a sign up, etc. If all you're doing is throwing right hooks, you're going to alienate your audience fast. Nobody likes to be constantly sold to. They want to connect, learn, and be entertained. Serve them first, and the business will follow. So the mission is clear. Create content that matters to your audience. Content that makes them feel seen, heard, and understood. Content that positions you as a go-to resource, a trusted advisor, or an inspiring figure in your niche. This is how you move from being just another profile online to being a recognized and respected personal brand. It takes effort, it takes empathy, and it takes a genuine desire to serve. Start creating, start engaging, start connecting. Chapter 4, Your Network is Your Net Worth. The collab and connection game, you're putting out great, consistent content. You know your value, awesome. But are you doing it in a vacuum? Building a powerful personal brand isn't a solo mission. It's about connecting with other human beings, building genuine relationships, and leveraging the power of networking and collaboration. The old saying, your network is your net worth, has never been truer than in the digital age. Every connection is a potential opportunity, a potential advocate, a potential friend. Networking isn't about schmoozing at stuffy events or collecting business cards like Pokemon. It's about providing value to others. It's about genuine curiosity and a willingness to help. Before you ever think about what someone can do for you, think about what you can do for them. How can you support their work? How can you promote their message? How can you offer your expertise or insights? Lead with generosity. That's how you build real, lasting relationships. In the digital world, networking happens in the DMs, in the comments sections, in online communities, in virtual events. Engage with people whose work you admire, offer thoughtful comments on their posts, share their content if it resonates with you and would be valuable to your audience. Don't just be a lurker, be an active participant, be a giver. People remember those who support them, and that goodwill often comes back to you in unexpected ways. Collaborations are networking on steroids. When you collaborate with someone else in your niche, or even a complementary niche, you get exposed to their audience and they get exposed to yours. It's a win-win. Think about joint webinars, co-authored articles, guest appearances on podcasts or YouTube channels, Instagram live sessions. These are powerful ways to expand your reach, build credibility, and provide even more value to your collective audiences. But choose your collaborators wisely. Make sure their values align with yours. Make sure their audience is a good fit for your message. A bad collaboration can do more harm than good. It's about quality over quantity. Seek out people who are doing interesting things, people you genuinely respect, and people with whom you can create something truly valuable together. Don't just chase clout, chase meaningful partnerships, and don't just look up for collaborations. Peer-to-peer collaborations can be incredibly powerful. Connect with others who are at a similar stage in their journey. You can learn from each other, support each other, and grow together. These are the people who will understand your struggles and celebrate your wins because they're in the trenches with you. Build your tribe. Your competitors can often be your greatest allies if you approach it with a collaborative mindset. Remember, networking is a long game. You don't build deep relationships overnight. It takes consistent effort, genuine interaction, and a willingness to invest your time and energy without an immediate expectation of return. Show up, be helpful, be authentic, and be patient. The right connections will develop organically if you're putting out good energy and good value into the ecosystem. Don't be afraid to reach out. The worst someone can say is no, or they might not respond. So what? Move on. But you'd be surprised how many people are open to connecting, especially if you approach them with a genuine compliment, a thoughtful question, or a clear idea of how you can provide value to them first. Do your homework before you reach out. Personalize your message. Show them you've actually engaged with their work. Think of your network as an ecosystem. You need to nurture it. Stay in touch with people. Congratulate them on their successes. Offer support when they're facing challenges. It's not just about making new connections. It's about maintaining and deepening the connections you already have. A strong network is a living, breathing thing that requires ongoing care and attention. Ultimately, networking and collaboration are about expanding your impact and your opportunities. They open doors you couldn't open on your own. They bring fresh perspectives. They build your reputation as someone who's connected, respected, and willing to play well with others. So get out there, digitally or physically. Start connecting, start collaborating, and watch how it accelerates your personal brand journey. It's about humans connecting with humans, always. Chapter 5. The game never stops changing. Learn, adapt, or die. So you've got your UVP, you're consistent, you're creating engaging content, and you're networking like a champ. Think you can just set it and forget it? Think again. The digital landscape, the platforms, the algorithms, consumer attention, it's all in a constant state of flux. What worked yesterday might be obsolete tomorrow. That's why the final and perhaps most crucial piece of mastering your personal brand is an unwavering commitment to continuous learning and adaptation. You have to be a student of the game, always. What new platforms are emerging? How are existing platforms evolving their features? What new content formats are capturing attention? What are the latest trends in your industry? You don't have to jump on every single bandwagon, but you damn well need to be aware of what's happening so you can make informed, strategic decisions about where to focus your energy and how to adjust your approach. Complacency is the killer of brands. This means dedicating time to learning, read industry blogs, listen to podcasts, watch videos from experts, follow thought leaders, attend webinars, take online courses, be insatiably curious. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you start falling behind. The internet moves at lightning speed, and if you're not actively trying to keep up, you'll get left in the dust. It's not about being overwhelmed, it's about being informed. And it's not just about learning new tactics, it's about understanding the underlying principles of human attention and communication. Technology changes, but human psychology, that changes much, much slower. Why do people share certain things? What makes them click? What builds trust? Understanding these fundamentals will allow you to adapt your strategies effectively, no matter how the platforms change. It's about understanding the why behind the what. Adaptability is your superpower in this environment. Be willing to experiment. Be willing to try new things. Be willing to fail. Yes, I said fail. Not every new strategy will work. Not every piece of content will be a home run. That's okay. Failure is just data. It's feedback. It tells you what not to do or what to do differently next time. The key is to fail fast, learn from it, and pivot quickly. Don't be so romantic about your current strategy that you're unwilling to change it when it's clearly not working anymore. Listen to your audience. They will often tell you, directly or indirectly, what they want and how their preferences are changing. Pay attention to their comments, their questions, their engagement patterns. Are they asking for more video? Are they engaging more with short-form content? Are they spending more time on a particular platform? Your audience is your best guide for adaptation. Serve them where they are and how they want to be served. This also means being willing to unlearn things. Sometimes the strategies and tactics that got you to where you are today won't be the ones that get you to where you want to go tomorrow. It can be hard to let go of what's familiar or what has worked in the past, but clinging to outdated methods is a surefire way to become irrelevant. Embrace change. See it as an opportunity, not a threat. Those who adapt thrive. Think about the evolution of social media itself. We went from MySpace to Facebook to Instagram to TikTok, with countless other platforms rising and falling along the way. The brands and individuals who thrived were the ones who understood the shifts, adapted their content, and learned how to play the game on the new turf. They weren't afraid to learn new skills or try new formats. They embraced the evolution. Your personal brand is a living entity. It needs to evolve as you evolve, and as the world around you evolves. This requires humility. The humility to admit you don't know everything. And courage, the courage to step outside your comfort zone and try something new. Stay hungry, stay curious, stay agile. This isn't a one-time project. It's an ongoing commitment to growth and relevance. So, make learning a habit, schedule time for it, be open to new ideas. Don't be afraid to ask dumb questions. The digital world rewards those who are quick on their feet and willing to evolve. Your ability to learn and adapt will be one of the biggest determinants of your long-term success in building and sustaining a powerful personal brand. The game is always on. Keep playing, keep learning, keep adapting. Outro: stop thinking, start doing. Your brand journey starts now. All right, we've covered a ton. Identifying your value, being consistent, creating engaging content, networking, and never stopping learning. It might seem like a lot, and it is. Building a meaningful personal brand isn't a walk in the park. It takes work, it takes patience, it takes a hell of a lot of execution. But the truth is, the single biggest mistake most people make, they just don't start. They overthink, they wait for the perfect moment, they get paralyzed by fear. Listen to me, that perfect moment is now, today, this very second. You don't need a fancy camera, you don't need a massive following, you don't need to have all the answers. You just need to begin. Post that first piece of content, send that first outreach message, update that LinkedIn profile, take one small step, then another and another. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and it's an ongoing process. Your brand will evolve, you will evolve, and that's the beauty of it. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results overnight. This is a long game. It's about building genuine connections, providing consistent value, and showing up authentically over time. The compound effect of those daily actions is where the magic happens. So commit to the process, embrace the journey, and most importantly, be yourself, because everyone else is already taken. Now go out there and start building the brand that the world needs to see. Execute.